Welcome, my fabulous Fempreneurs. I am so excited to have here with me today Renita Lobo. And she is a woman who has lived through trying to take care of your body and get yourself on a fitness program when everything else in your life could be going to chaos. So there is no excuses anymore. We're going to learn a lot today from Renita. Welcome, Renita.
Hi. I'm so happy to be here, Diva. Thank you for having me.
You're very, very welcome. This is a topic that we haven't gone deep into before. And hey, summer's here. And this is the time that people start thinking about, hey, maybe I could add something a little extra to my regime to because the heavy winter coat is gone. Can I add something extra to my regime to really get my body back? And maybe not to where it was when I was 18, but get it back stronger. And I understand you have a passion for working with families.
I do.
Tell
Yes.
us a little bit about that. How does that work?
So so I have loved fitness.
Mm,
I started dancing and I was a professional dancer when I was like practically out of school, so as a teenager. And I started teaching and coaching right along from there. So I used to do professional dancing and teaching dance. And I used to teach, even from that age, I was teaching everybody.
mm,
And life went on. With that, I became a personal trainer, started getting more into the fitness aspect of it. Because with dance, you get injuries, especially professional dancers. Like we are leaping all over the place.
mm.
And then, so I became a personal trainer and like occupational therapist to counter that. So I could do it on my own and help everybody that I was working with. And then along the way, I started losing flexibility. And so I joined yoga and I started doing stretches and I became a yoga instructor.
Mm,
And that was my life. Like I just moving from one aspect of fitness to the other. And I just couldn't live without it.
mm,
And then I got two darling little kids of my own. And life for me changed drastically
mm,
because both were challenging pregnancies. For
mm.
my second, I was on bed rest for the entire time.
Okay.
And after that, trying to get back was a really big challenge. And then with the two kids and with me as a single mom, it started getting really hard. And I realized that I was putting fitness on the back burner. I'll do it tomorrow. No, 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 we don't need to do it today. I'll focus on the kids. And then another thing, I something I never thought about,
Mhm.
I did not want to leave my kids. So it wasn't that I wanted to do it, but I could not even like leave my kids with someone to go work out alone. I
Mm.
wanted them with me. And then I started doing, trying to get them involved.
Okay.
And it became a thing that we all started having fun together. And initially it was hard. I've had my challenges that I've even told them when they were young. I've been I'm an international well-being coach. I've taught all over the world. And
Mm.
then I have two little kids who are questioning everything I do. So, but why? So we've had our little challenges along the way where I've said, you know
Mhm.
what? I'm going to go forward on my own today. But then we get back. And with the trial and error and everything, and I started actually doing a lot of work also from the mindset point of view.
Oh, yeah.
Started under that, understanding them and trying to like put it together and figuring out things. And we started working well.
Okay.
And we started doing, so it doesn't mean that I am doing only the things for like a 5-year-old, because that's when I like really started doing it. I'm not doing the workout of a 5-year-old. I'm doing what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they are doing what they need to do. And sometimes it's a game. And so it's like, say, one is that we call, my kids are a little bigger now. I'm going back in time. But we used to call it the solar system, where I am doing push-ups. So I'm the center, I'm the sun.
Okay.
And they are running around, maybe skipping. Maybe I've done actually push-ups with them sitting on top of me. So then there's added weight. And so getting them involved and working with them has really changed our relationship. It was a time when we could have actually split because I had a really tough breakup with their father. And life was really hard at that time. But I was found a way to be able to cover that challenge. And we worked out even with my parents, who are now, it's a multi-generational workout. It's not just me and my kids. And with my parents who are currently over 80, we've tried to do different things together. And it has changed our lives.
Wow, this is great. This is great. I mean, I didn't even think of how the levels could be something for the parents, something for the grandparents and the kids, bringing everybody together. Now, this is so important because, well, kids are going to be active anyway. They're going to be running around anyway. So if you have a program where they can channel that energy, then mom also gets an opportunity to get her workout in and get her goals done. And then on the other hand, with the grandparents, they need to stay active and mobile in order for their mind and body, and just not just mental health, but their mental well-being to be maintained. So you found a way to do that. I applaud you for that. And let's go a little bit deeper. Like, how hard was it at the beginning, and where is it now? How old are they now, and how old were they when you started?
So when we started, I actually started with my son while I was pregnant. So I was on bed rest. And I still wanted to be a little active. So we took him out of daycare. So I stopped. I used to be a personal trainer at a gym at that time. And we stopped, and he was at home with me. And even though I couldn't move, I was getting him to be active and doing things. And I also developed a way that he couldn't help his learning capacity through movement, because children are kinesthetic. So
Yes.
rote learning and
Right.
everything, I was able to incorporate it into that little mini program. So we started really young. My daughter was born into it and did small things like I actually have. So we have a fitness ball at home, and I love the fitness ball, the stability ball. So when she was like 18 months or whatever, I think it was that time, I used to give her a balloon. So she used to copy me with a balloon. And like if I held it between my legs, she would like hold it between her legs. We would do different things. And it worked. And from there, I actually got a lot of experience because I liked what I was doing, and I approached her school. And then I started teaching classes of kids. And that was really something else. So I got a lot of experience about teaching children because I taught not only her, I was teaching all like everybody in the school. And that's when I started incorporating it more and more. And then COVID hit. We were all stuck at home. And that's the time I actually wrote my book. I have it right here, which it's called Power Play, the Super You Fitness Way. So it's about the family workout in the house. And
Okay.
we changed arrangement. So I put like the couch, which would normally be on the wall. We brought it inward, like in the center of the room. So we got it like a divider. And the kids would start jumping over them. So we created like circuits, even to go to the bedroom, to go to the kitchen. I got a little swing, like a yoga, what we have, the yoga silks. So in order to go to the kitchen, before we went to the kitchen, they would have to do a little climb and come in. So we changed our whole workout. And that's when my program really got consolidated. And we went on from there. Now my son is 14. He's actually taller than I am.
Okay.
And my daughter is 11. And we go down to work out in the park. And for me, the time when I felt, which has been a struggle with everything, when they're saying, no, we don't want to do it, no this and no that. And then it came to a time when I still remember I was like sleeping. It was a snowy day. And at that time, my daughter must have been 6. And she came running into the room, and it was like 6:30 in the morning. And like waking me up and saying, come on, we have to go down and work out. And I was the one who didn't want to do it that day. And she was saying, no, but I want to be down with the sunrise. She wanted to see the sunrise. So we got up, we got ready, we went down, we did our workout, and we sat on the swings in the park and saw the sunrise. So for me, if you include the children in a motivational way, they can be your accountability buddies.
Yes. Okay. That's an interesting concept, having an accountability body. And no one can be a better accountability body than your kids, because when you tell them, hey, this is important for your health and da 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 da, and then you say one day, no, I don't feel like doing it, you hear that same lecture coming back to you, I suppose.
No, that was it. And then, like, because she was pushing me, I pushed myself. That would have definitely have been a day when I just curled up in bed. It was I do have a picture of it actually, but I'm in Canada. Okay. So we had snow. We had a dump of like, I don't know how much snow. And so we are actually doing push-ups in the snow and things on the benches. And so that's what. And it is more the fun of it. And it goes beyond everything. So why I have a passion for it, it's for 2 reasons. When I was a personal trainer, I found that there was certain challenges that we as adults face that are chronic, like with lower back pain, knee challenges, shoulders. A lot of people come to me 30s, 40s, 50s with those challenges. And if I really ask them what happened? Oh, but I've always walked like this. Oh, I've always everybody tells me that it's tight. So my thing is that it started in the playground. Oh, I jumped off the monkey bars and I landed wrong and I have this knee challenge and my rest of my life. Or I went head first down the slide and I blew my elbow as a kid and it's not healed well. So I am reaching out to the parents. The way I do it is I'm not just your trainer and the know-it-all. I try to enable or empower you to know so much that you can help your kids so they don't get hurt. They're enjoying it. You're enjoying it. But there are a few simple techniques that if you can watch for, boom, You've learned, they've learned, and they can carry. You're making a legacy because they're going to keep doing it,
Carry
no
that on
matter how
with
long.
them. Yes. And it's interesting that you said an interesting key point is for the safety factor. If they know how to fall, or because they're going to fall as kids, and you said it happens on the playground, if they learn how to stabilize their body and their movements at that age, and then going into the awkward teenage years where I remember being very clumsy and bumping into tables that were there in my house the whole time, but for some reason, your body's longer and
You're not used to it.
you're trying to figure out, why did I walk into that or hurt this? And so, yeah, so if you really think about it and emphasize to the parents, hey, this is something that's going to give you a peace of mind because your kids are going to stay healthy and they're going to know how to control their body movements.
Like
That
the same
is
way to
key.
jump, something so simple, like everybody's knees buckle. The
Yeah.
kids are you. There is a thing. Yes, let them be kids, but if they know that little bit, and if their muscles are strong enough, it happens naturally.
Mm.
So that's the thing. It's just like few pointers, like we people don't like move, their postures that little bit off, and no one's told them. So then through the years, it just goes in a slight tangent.
Yes, yes.
Then the other thing that I really am passionate about that I have discovered is this creates, because there's so much joy if you are able to be flexible with the planning of it. There is so much joy that it creates a really strong bond. You get the happy hormones. You create memories in their nervous system that really, really affect your relationship with them
Mm-hmm.
and the way they see the world, the
Mm. The
confidence.
confidence, yes.
Yes, they are there with their mom, they're there with their dad. That that support system
Mm-hmm.
takes them into the university years. And I know I had that because my dad was very active. We used to be playing. And I have those memories, which is why I have continued it into my generation and beyond.
Well
And
done.
I find that now my children, they'll tell me anything. What's happening in school, the tough ones too, like the tough, when they actually saying, you know what, I think I made a mistake. I didn't do that. I should have done that. Or other, like, I like this person or I like that person. I get
Yes, yes.
that into their lives. And that's like such a joy
That
with
is
them.
fantastic. And I've emphasized this every time I talk to a specialist who is dealing with kids and parenting. I always emphasize is that you need to have what I call nothing time with your kids. And I had never thought of it quite this way, but I was thinking back, in my childhood, and then when I worked in an elementary school and I've seen parents with their kids, and now more than ever, everybody is on a device and they're going to the beach and they're going to the beach just to play, but they're recording this and recording that, and the kid is posing and this. It's like, hey, what happened to just going? What about the sand and the sea? What about enjoying that?
Yes.
So you're talking about creating a memory, a physical memory. Kinesthetics is
Yes.
when the kids look at their fingers and instead of just saying 1, 2, 3, they get to remember, using their fingers. And now these kids, your kids, have made this memory with you, this bond with you, because instead of you going off to the gym by yourself for an hour or two, they get 2 hours of your time
Yes.
on an almost daily basis,
And
which,
it's time saving. It's like two or three things for the price of one. Only in a
yes,
time slot.
Because you've got these tired kids who will go to sleep sooner.
Yes.
Hopefully.
And then you get your alone time too.
Yes. Yeah.
So it has really worked. There are times when they won't, but they even now. So because of that thing, if my son has a challenge, he's even with like, hey, I want to try this workout. I want to try this exercise. Can we do it together? So
Hmm.
if he finds out, I am not saying that this should be your only workout. That's like say 1 day a week or 2 days a week, or if you can manage more, great. But you do need some more. So I very often get up earlier than the kids and I go and do a little bit of my own workout in the mornings. Um, and my son, if he wants to, he will wake up with me
Hmm.
and he will do a double dose because
Yeah.
he just likes that time. So he's learning how to set that routine, the early morning routine where you're getting up. Because most teens want to chill, most teens like to sleep in.
Hmm.
So he does get up on some days. I don't force him to. And we still work out together. And I'm helping him with soccer, just for like basic exercises. So it's not that I'm playing soccer with him.
Hmm.
I'm doing a workout to help to enable him to get stronger with soccer.
Hmm.
And then he can go. So he goes for his soccer in the evening. My daughter goes for her own things. So we have our time apart
Hmm.
and we have the time together.
Yes, let me just interject in here when you say you don't force them, because there's parents that will, oh, this is good for the kids. Okay, let me do it. Come on, kids, you have to do this. Da, da, da. And one of the great things is you started this when they were really young and wanted to spend time with you. So you're not coming in at the teenage years and saying, hey, come on, we have to do this. You have to, get fit. And then they're like, well, why are you trying to spend time with me when we never did it before? Or
Yeah.
there's nothing worse than trying to force a teenager to do something. And when you said that, you reminded me of an Instagram video. Apparently, this man, I didn't see him, but I saw his mother. His mother was diagnosed with arthritis in her knees.
Mhm.
And the doctor told her, this is it, this quits. And the son invited her to the gym with him. And now, oh my goodness, this lady, she's doing that. I don't know what that thing is called when you take those heavy ropes and you do.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she's doing that, and she does deadlifts and presses and with at amazing weights, and
Mhm.
she's become super strong. I believe, yeah, she was in India, and she's become this super strong woman who goes to the gym with her son, and I can just imagine the bond that they've created there. Now, before I saw this video, I invited my mom to come with me to Pilates class.
Mhm.
Now, what had happened is she had an injury on her foot, and I started to see her limping. And I would ask her, is the foot in pain? Is it hurting? Or no. But it just started to sink into her mind, oh, I have to be very careful with this foot. So she would lean and
Mm.
limp. And I said, oh, I cannot let this continue on. This is like becoming psychological, and it's becoming a habit. And she was, at some point, she was feeling like weaker because of this small injury. And so I took her to an expert who evaluated her, and they were like, she can do everything. She can do squats. She can do this, because she's always done it. She's always been very strong and very much of a physical person, whether it be cleaning or something like that. Especially things that I told her not to do, which is climbing up on ladders when I'm not there or not looking. She's doing it. And I mentioned that to you before. So now I took her to the first class, and she complained a little bit like, oh, I'm really feeling it. And now she's like, when is the next time we're going to go? when is the next time we're going to go to the gym? I was like, okay. And another interesting thing about it is the person that evaluated her said, oh, I'll just give you a printout and she can do it at home. And I've been through that before. The physiotherapist, I'll print it out, you do it at home. Home is a different place.
Yes.
If you're not used to thinking of your home as a gym, you're not going to stop what you're doing at home, especially if you are literally OCD and love cleaning the way she does. You're not going to stop doing what you're doing and start doing some leg lifts. So what's happened is we do it at the gym and she's like, oh, I feel it. I feel it here. I feel it
That's
there. In
awesome.
her core. And I was like,
Yes.
it's bonding time for us as well.
Yes. It becomes such a special time.
Mm.
And we always, so my daughter actually, she loves swinging. So that's how I started the process. I know you said it earlier, is I wanted to work out. She
Mhm.
wanted to swing. So we said, you do what I say first, then we'll go swing. So
Mm.
we always, our cool down is the swing. And we are lucky because our swings face the sunrise.
Mhm.
So we are swinging and we play like there's certain specific music, like motivational and really nice. Like even that the kids like from the Disney
Oh, yeah.
songs. There are so many.
Yeah.
And we play those and we sing and we swing and then we go to school.
I like what you're saying about this. You're talking about a reward system, very small reward
Yeah.
system for doing the thing that I like, and it just becomes a routine.
And we just like compromising. So she knows that I would much
Compromise.
rather do the workout and whatever.
But
And I'm swinging with her and that. So okay, fine. And she knows the workout's going to help her too.
okay. Now tell us about your parents. You said you've gotten your parents, and I mean, you could be the world's greatest track and field runner and everything fitness, but telling your parents what to do, especially after the age of 80, that doesn't always go down very well.
So that's taking time. So we don't work out with them.
Okay.
But what happens is I've given them things. So it's a little bit more of like how you would say with the physiotherapist
Hmm.
and the routine. So they have it at home because I don't stay with them. And that is something that they can do. But when we go over, especially now, so earlier on, we started off because my dad used to be an athlete. He was a very good runner and sprinter.
Mm.
So the way I got it is that I asked my dad to help coach my son. So though my dad couldn't walk, he's got a walker, he would tell my son. So he's willingly coming down into the playground to tell my son how to run faster, give him techniques, doing that. And so in that way, he is feeling as if he is helping out. He's in a position of being important and needed.
Mm.
And then we do the walks together and we'll do different things together. And then he talks about his entire, so it's a lot of, we get stories, but at the same time, my son is being coached. Like my son
Yeah.
is getting coached. My dad is working out and it's all becomes a thing. And then also, in addition, given them certain things to do at home. So sometimes we go when we go over, we'll all do it together. So he sees the kids doing it like the therapy bands and different like small weights. And we work out together like in the living room and things like that.
And if I can reiterate, one of the key things is use the grandchildren to get the grandparents motivated. There's nothing better than that.
Yes.
Yes.
And my mom is a little different. My mom is not into sports. She doesn't like exercising, but she loves dancing.
Mm.
So we get a dance party going. And then even though if she's sitting down, she's still moving. and she's enjoy she it's the mood that rises along with everything, and then we slide in a few leg raises and twists.
She's not doing the ropes yet.
Yes.
Ah, oh wow, wow, that's great. That's fantastic. I mean, I was looking at this woman, I think she's in her 60s, doing these ropes, and I said, I thought I would never do that, but now I gotta up my game and try that routine out. Wow.
Yes.
So I love all this advice that you've given us and strategies. And of course, I will be, promoting the book in the description. So I just want to thank you for inspiring us to kind of just get moving. It's summertime. Let's get moving little bit by little. I guess before we wrap it up, I will add that I started gardening, and
Wow.
which is great, but I was bending all the time, and I did not realize how bad that was. And once I've learned from my Pilates instructor and other people the importance of bending correctly, now I have a challenge to do squats. So I try to never do this anymore, because I can feel this muscle, this strain that I didn't know was there. But now I know it, and I try to squat to go down to the cabinet instead of
Amazing.
bending. So just those little things,
Yes.
little additions to your regular routine make a difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they
All
can
right.
change the quality of your life. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm passionate about. Like, as we move forward, uh, the way it used to be, every you say, "Oh, I'm old," and you just put your hands up, "Oh, I'm old."
Mm,
But
mm,
that's not it. Like, you can maintain a much higher standard of living, quality
mm.
of life. You can play with the grandkids, maybe beat them in a few things here and there. And
Yes.
that really makes a difference moving forward for everything.
Thank you so much today, Renita. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.